Hello, welcome. Back again. Still on my 5080, going to check out some Cyberpunk. Not actually seen it on this game yet. So I think we're almost definitely going to see some VRAM issues. Playing it at 4K, but we'll check out all the resolutions. We'll do 4K, 1440p. Can even probably do 1080p on this. We've also got transformer model. Best thing about this game is obviously I can actually change it from the in-game settings, so don't have to mess around with the Nvidia app and stuff. Leo, hello. Ivan, I'm good. How are you? Lexia, yo. So if we got latency in the top right. Hopefully that doesn't bug out too much because yesterday keeps disappearing and stuff for me. It's a bit of a weird one because you have to enable like third-party capture in OBS to be able to see that overlay because it's the Nvidia overlay. Bear me a sec, just going to sort out MSI as well. And we can probably... Not sure where I left this off. I started a new game, didn't I?
Did y'all hear about that Arasaka aircraft carrier docked in Night City? Called Kujira, or the Whale. Apparently the Corp figured it wasn't safe in Japanese...
I'll boot into the game and we'll check the settings out. This isn't the... Where did we get to? What date is this? 3rd of the 2nd. Oh, okay, that was the save. Was it level 8? Yeah, that sounds probably about right. Do I think Cyberpunk is one of the most demanding games? I mean, with path tracing, yeah, there's probably... I don't know between all the games, though. I don't know between all the path tracing games what has the worst FPS. I feel like I want to say Portal, but that's because you can increase the like ray count really, really high. I forget if it's 8 or 16. You can increase it. I think probably even higher than Cyberpunk. I'm gonna have to restart the game here. That's a bit annoying. Let me just run through. Let me just restart really quick. Saying I've got to restart because I switched frame generation off. I didn't realise that was on. Give me just 1 sec. I'll reboot just to make sure we get it. We get it right. South Africa, nice. What time is it there? No HDR? What do you mean? I have HDR permanently switched off on my monitor because it looks absolutely awful. But my monitor is probably about 5 years old, maybe longer, so HDR is probably a lot better now. Right, so let me just load back in.
Hey everyone,
almost 8 PM. Oh, okay, not that different. I suppose I forget it's like time zone wise, it's not too far down, is it? Well, no, I mean to the east compared to like where I am. So obviously time wise.
Scientific research.
Right, let's just run through the settings really quickly. So if you've just joined, I'm at 4K, 3840 by 2160 here. Currently at native 4K, so there is no upscaling, resolution scale off, frame generation off. I've got path tracing on, so it's fully maxed out, path, like, ray tracing wise. Rest of the graphics, I think we got maxed out here. We've got everything set to high. This setting here to Psycho. I know sometimes people leave it on Ultra. I'm going to leave it on Psycho for now. We can turn that down a little bit and see how it does. But yeah, it's pretty rough. 21, 22. Bearing in mind on my 5090, this was about... What was this? This was about 40 FPS, wasn't it? So 35 to 40, I think. But like I thought, VRAM's going to be a big problem. Trying to run with settings like this. Wouldn't advise this at all. 15 gig at the moment. Power as well. That's probably the highest we've seen power on this GPU. 316. I'm going to drive into the city. And this is probably going to get worse. 19. How low will it go? So switching multi-frame generation on in this scenario would be an absolute terrible idea. The latency, I hate to imagine. I mean, we can try it. I hate to imagine what it'll be. So dipping down a bit more. There's 17. What's the lowest? You think we might hit 15? If I take a left here, will that go into the city a bit more? It's pretty hard to drive. 17. I've already seen too much lower than that. 16. Definitely not ideal. But you can sort of expect it. VRAM there, just saw it hit 16, so that's definitely going to become a problem. If I stay like this, with these settings, probably might crash at some point. Definitely would not recommend this. Looks quite nice down in this bit. So yeah, it seems like the lowest you'll get is maybe 16. Maybe in the odd area you might see 15. We haven't seen it yet. Sell you my 5090. I'll sell it to you for 10 grand. Because then I'll just buy another one. So yeah, pretty brutal on it. Absolutely maxing out the VRAM. Seeing it even actually hit 16 there on the stats. So I think, if I remember right, on the 5090, this was using about 17 or 18 gig, I think, wasn't it, with these settings, from what I remember. There's quite bad ghosting as well, behind the car. Look, that's actually really bad. So yeah, definitely would not advise this. We should immediately be able to fix this situation, really. I'll completely switch ray tracing off. In fact, what I'll do at first is just have normal ray tracing, so no path tracing, see how much better that is. So that helps us by about 10 FPS there. Well, 10 to 15. So obviously we had lows of about 15, didn't we? It's 15, 16. So it does improve things a little bit. I'm going to turn around and go back to the city again. This is definitely not the way. VRAM straight away has come down by about almost 2 gig. So just ray tracing from path tracing, it's like a 1 to 1.5 gig difference in VRAM. It's quite a lot. Mars, hello. Guys, make sure to drop a like on the stream as well. See if we can try and hit 100 likes. Normally you can just about hit that. Play around with this a little bit, and then do some of the missions and stuff. I'm seeing GPU usage drop a little bit there, but VRAM's back to 15 now. Interestingly, my GPU power's up. Switching path tracing off, look. Up to 345, that's the most we've seen in any game so far with this. Which does make sense, because I normally do see the most GPU power in Cyberpunk, really, especially at native. So yeah, more like an average of 33. Seems like just about that, doesn't it? And then if we completely switch ray tracing off, that should really improve things quite considerably. But still can't even get 60. That's a little disappointing. Maybe restart? I don't know. I was expecting ray tracing, so ray tracing switched off there gives you maybe like another 10. And bearing in mind, this is still with that setting set to Psycho, so maybe switch that down a little bit. What does that do? Is DLSS on? No, this is native. Okay, so that setting, going from Ultra to Psycho, has given us like 20. That's crazy. So these settings will give you the 60, which is still pretty much maxed out, apart from that Psycho, what is it? Is it reflections? Screen space reflections, yeah. Switch that to Ultra instead of Psycho with ray tracing off, and you can still do 4K at about 60. I think overall the game still looks pretty good. The ghosting's gone at least. And this is the most densest part, so you go out of the city, you probably realistically see maybe 80 FPS. Maybe even slightly more. Why not switch DLSS on? We will do in a little bit. I'm just running through the settings. Just having a look at native. I only just started the stream, so we just run through some of the settings. Just haven't got to that bit yet. We were just checking out native. So if we go a little bit, still some pretty aggressive dips down 50 though. But a lot healthier on the VRAM. And under 12 gig. So much better for that. That's what I was saying before. Ray tracing, I think at 4K on this, 16 is just really cutting it fine in some games. Gonna drive slightly out. I should think we do see a little bit higher, 70, maybe 80. In the desert, you'll definitely get 80, I think. That didn't sound good. Just realised I've got a... I can use my pistol. It's going to try and grab that car. Then I realised I don't even think I've got the skill level. Now, if we switch, I'll switch ray tracing back on, and we'll check out some DLSS and stuff. So we'll go path tracing, back to path tracing. Going to leave that setting just to Ultra instead of Psycho for now, because that seems to just be a big difference. So we'll switch that on there. Then if we go in here, switch on, where is it? Switch on DLSS, so it'll be DLSS 4 transformer model, put it on quality. We've also got ray reconstruction on, but I'll leave frame generation off for now, just because I'll need to reset the game, but we'll do that in a sec. And that's about doubled our FPS, to be fair, DLSS quality there, from 20 to 40. You can run at 100 FPS. Nice. I assume, is that with path tracing on? If that's with path tracing on, I'm guessing you're using DLSS. Well, you'll definitely be using DLSS to be getting 100 FPS. So still not really, sort of, if we're considering 60 FPS, as a sort of standard. Still not going to really be able to do that. You're looking at probably balanced or more than likely performance. Just DLSS if you didn't want to run with frame generation on. It's almost definitely going to be performance. Put it to native instead of quality. We already saw that. We already saw 4K native. It was about 20 FPS average. So even at performance, now you can obviously put DLSS 4 performance on here. I still think it looks really good, the transform model, but you're probably not gonna. Your average might be about 60, but in the dense area at least, still not getting 60, about 55. As soon as you get out of this bit, it's almost definitely going to be a little bit higher. Could check out, I think this mission is to go into the bar, so we could actually see what the FPS is like in there as well, because that often can drop the FPS quite a lot with all the lights and stuff. Is frame generation on? No. No, not right now.
Te vas a enterar mañana. Yo también te quiero, ma. Damn, about time, Holmes.
What's new with Senor?
Wait, hang on. We did this, didn't we? I thought I did this mission. The heist. Is this the heist mission? We did this already. Yeah, let me load it. Hang on. Let me load where we got to. I don't want to redo that. Let's check out the bar first, actually, and then I'll reload it. I literally just did this mission, so...
Worried about me. Whatever.
Let's have a look at the FPS in the bar.
Can I get in?
Referral?
Currently at 4K at the moment.
Just as I thought. Keep walking.
You can run native with upscaling. You mean DLAA? Is that what you mean? That's not upscaling. I'm guessing that's what you mean, but it's not. You're not upscaling with DLAA. You're running at native resolution, but you're basically using the anti-aliasing. But it's not upscaling. I don't know, unless you're referring to something else, but that sounds like probably what you're talking about. That'll give us the same FPS as native, though. Where did he go? Native AA, yeah, that is DLAA.
Funny.
Native anti-aliasing is DLAA.
Club with the hottest contracts in town. Doesn't look like all it's bigged up to be.
It's what's inside that counts.
It doesn't. What you said doesn't make sense. You can run native with upscaling. That doesn't make sense in the same sentence. Native means you're not upscaling, so you can't have both. If you're upscaling, then you're not native. You can't have native with upscaling. It's not possible.
Who would have thunk?
By definition, upscaling means you're not native. Native means you're not upscaling, so you can't have both. You're either native or you're upscaling. You can't do both.
Name's V. This is Jackie Wells.
Oh. Is that supposed to sound familiar?
It will soon. We're here to see Dex.
Yo, Dex. Got 2 live ones saying they're here to see you. Yeah? Alright then.
I thought it would boost it because of upscaling. To be honest, I'm lost as to what you're even referring to. I don't understand what you're referring to.
Best leave ever. The heart of Night City. That's it right there. Beating. Hear it? Can you imagine? Susan Forrest, Boa Boa, maybe even Morgan Blackhand. All sat on those.
Looks like we're up.
So FPS drops down a little bit here. 50, 55 still. Not too bad. Still looks really good at performance.
That's Rogue. Best fixer in all of Night City.
Thought Dex was the best.
Rogue was lining up jobs when Dex was still shitting in diapers.
I can use FSR, and as a drop down, I can use native AA. Yeah, that's not upscaling though. That's what I'm saying. It's DLAA. FSR native AA is the same as DLAA. It's not upscaling. There is no upscaling with that. You're You're playing it native, but you're just using the anti-aliasing of FSR. You're not upscaling though. It's the same as DLAA. You're playing at a native resolution. You're just using the anti-aliasing of DLSS. You're not actually using DLSS. If that makes sense.
I'm good, thanks.
For real? I'm celebrating. Come on. So me. Chingada madre. Fine. Have it your way.
So we've seen the lighting down here. I'm just gonna load into actually where I got to because I loaded the wrong. That uses FSR for anti-aliasing but renders at native. Yes, yeah, exactly, yeah. I think maybe Lixia, you might be a little confused. You're definitely referring to DLAA and FSR native AA, but that's not upscaling. You're playing at native. You're just using the anti-aliasing of those features, if that makes sense. It is a little confusing, but so I don't know if yeah, can I show you here? Yeah, so this is what you're referring to, isn't it? You're referring to this. Or, for example, with FSR, you're referring to... Doesn't have it in this game anyway. I'm assuming maybe you're referring to another game, but it would do the same thing for FSR. So you can see here, DLSS, we've got DLAA here. This is not upscaling, though. Nothing happening here is upscaling. We're still rendering at 4K. As soon as you dip down to this is now upscaling. If that makes sense. This is just using the anti-aliasing of this, but without the upscaling, in its most basic explanation. So because I'm at 4K here, this is still 4K. This is now like 1440p upscaling to 4K. This is then 1080p upscaling. This is that, it goes down. Essentially. It is confusing, to be honest, but hopefully that makes sense. I do want to... Now might be a good time... I'm going to leave on quality for this mission, and then once we get back into the city bit, we can check out some multi-frame generation. Look at the lighting in here.
Tonight, I'm here to say goodbye to all of you.
DLAA should lower frame rate by a bit. Yeah, it does, but it's like 1 or 2 FPS. It's most of the time you're not really going to be able to tell. It's like very, very small amount.
Johnny, wait up. Don't do this. You could still change your mind.
Am I getting a 9070 XT at launch? I don't know, to be honest.
Want to see me give
Undecided.
up? Sounds like something you'd do. Know why?
Depends what I haven't seen what the prices are like in England.
Pussy,
It's probably going to be really expensive, and to be honest, I'm kind of
stop being one.
Spent a lot of money.
Time to bring on the future.
Spent a lot of money already. I can't afford it.
You're late.
My arm. I decide who's late and who's not.
Get in.
I think the MSRP was like $650, right? That's dollars though, so it's probably like 800 or 900 here.
Get us in the air. Here, put this on, and it
I don't even
stays
think it's on
Got
any
it?
websites yet, so there's no... Yeah, I can't see...
APC's on the streets of Watson. Sons of bitches.
I can't even see any English pricing anywhere, so I don't know.
That us?
Johnny's idea. Wayland's drawing Arasaka's attention away from the tower.
Collateral damage part of the plan too.
XTX is idling at 60. Is it using loads of power? Because I think AMD still has that idle power issue, don't they? It might be something to do with that. If it's drawing loads of power at idle, that might be a problem. Icy, hello. No, at the moment, this is 4K DLSS quality, but we've got path tracing on. 4070 Super 60 FPS. I'm guessing that's not 4K though. There's no way that's 4K.
Taking over.
Big stuttering here. Look at the frame time. Absolutely just wrecking. I can't hit it. There we go. Any more?
Murphy. Other access point. Get moving. Johnny. Remember the plan?
Most expensive one was $850. That was dollars though, right? It's gonna be it's probably gonna be close to $1,000 here, which is I think probably too much. Considering AMD will probably drop that by like £300 in the next 6 months, it kind of seems silly to. I've sort of made that mistake loads of times before, buying AMD day one, and you pay through the absolute roof for the card just to be like half price in 6 months.
Come on. Evac announcement. Broadcast it across all frequencies and let's get moving.
Sheesh. Who wrote this manifesto?
Will I make a video for the 5070 when the embargo is lifted? I don't have.
Jesus, Johnny.
I have to buy one.
Let's
I don't get sent them, so I'd have to buy it.
Get ready.
Hey, look at the lighting here. That looks really good.
That's it. Let's get on it.
Position locked.
So although FPS is low, it does look good.
Johnny.
Like I say, after this mission, we get back driving around. We'll check out multi-frame generation just because I'll have to restart the game. I don't want to restart it mid-mission here.
The Demolitron. We're good to blow.
Shaka Elite's incoming. Run for it.
Exit the elevator. Lost my gun.
Not done yet. Still need to feed this to their subnet.
What's the CPU? All my specs are in the description, but it's the 9800X3D, 64 gigs of
about corporate
RAM.
colonialism. This was about your groupie output, wasn't it?
No, you wouldn't understand, Rogue.
Giving you 4 fucking minutes. Chopper's not gonna wait 1 sec longer.
Door lock breached. Arasaka sons of bitches incoming.
Love you, Spider.
Whole world loves me.
Shoot! We've got heavy casualties.
This is like the room off Kill Bill.
Approaching target.
Look how epic it looks in here, look. That looks cool. Can't shoot. Something weird going on here. What is that I see? You see this? What is that? Can't actually tell what it is through the glass.
Closing in on the access point.
Slide in. Sweet icebreaker. Foreign, right? Just wonder if we know
Triple Champ, hello.
the subnet protocol.
9800X3D or 4900K. For gaming, probably the 9800X3D.
Thanks, Murph.
4900K uses an absurd amount of power for gaming.
We're on TV.
If you was picking between those two, I'd probably only really pick a 4900K for like productivity stuff outside of gaming. It's probably going to do better. Well, no, it would be better for that.
The terrorists stating their
But just gaming, probably this one.
Topple a monument to corporate colonialism. Night City's mayor, Mbole Ebunike, has issued a statement declaring that he will bring the full force of the law to bear in response to any act of terrorism. Going now to our reporter on the scene at Arasaka Tower. Hopefully he can shed some light on the situation as events unfold.
All set. Now get out of there.
Max ray tracing 30 FPS. Yeah, so this is at 4K. There's not actually any GPUs that exist that can actually do this at 60 with these settings. The 5090 realistically is about... We've got DLSS quality on, so in this area it's like 20. With equivalent settings at native, a 5090 is only realistically doing like 40 to 45 at best. Lows of even probably 35. So like there's nothing really on the market with those settings that can run that. Pretty much every other GPU I've ever tried it with is like 10 FPS. Realistically. The 4090 didn't do too bad, but it was still... At native, it's like 25 to 30 maybe. You probably get another 10 FPS on a 5090 at its best, like a 5 to 10 FPS.
Murphy!
Door's sealed, but it won't hold for long. Run, Johnny, like the wind.
Depending on where you are, but yeah, nothing that can do it really. It's path tracing, that's the absolute killer. And also ray tracing, just in this game overall. I think just because of the lighting and the way the sort of game is, it leans into obviously the lighting ray tracing aspect really heavily, so when you do switch on it's just absolutely wrecks your FPS. How many gens? The issue you have though is by the time there's a GPU able to play this game, there'll be another game that it can't play, you know? It's just sort of never ending. There'll just be something else that it can't run.
Let us try once more. Your associates. Who are they? How did you acquire fissile material?
Gonna give good cop over there a chance to say something? Come on.
Which terrorist organization do you belong to?
9950X3D gives slightly better results.
How did you acquire fissile material?
Probably. It's probably not massively different, but the 9950X3D is like way more expensive.
Hey, Gramps. I know you.
And it's going to be more useful for just stuff where you need the cores, like just for gaming. It's probably not really necessary, you know, it'd be worth probably just saving the money and getting this. Unless you have a use case where you need the extra core stuff.
Done and gone.
My husband died in that tower.
A nuke.
But there are fates worse than death.
I didn't want him to die.
なぜこのようなことを?
Why did you do this?
To bring an end to the madness you wreak.
人は嘘をつき自分自身を欺く。だが死者は違う。
Kind of FPS at native, it's like 20. I can switch it here. Should we put it on DLAA? It might even crash it. There you go, bang on. 20 exactly. So just DLSS quality doubles the FPS. But we'll drop in. What I want to do first, I'll reset the game, we'll try out multi-frame generation, and then we can check 1440p and stuff as well. But even that, 1440p is also going to be, it's going to be under 60. Approach a stranger. This looks cool though. $5080 do I have? MSI Supreme. It is full path tracing, yeah, fully. To be fair, I switched off all ray tracing and everything earlier, and it was still it's still fairly difficult to run. We dropped screen space reflections from Psycho to Ultra with ray tracing off, and we got about 60, 65. So you can definitely do it, but we had about 40 to 50 with ray tracing off, so it gives us about 30 FPS, but it's still not 60. What do I think when 8K gaming is going to be? Not for ages. It's just really starting to get like 8K TVs is like a kind of, not a normal thing, but you see it more commonly, don't you? It'll start with TVs, people will start getting those. When they come down in price, more people get them. Pretty much how 4K was, you know, when that first started. Because even 4K, I'd say, probably isn't really even normal either. If you did an over... I think it's on... I think in the Steam surveys, they have the monitor resolution, and 4K is still like the least used resolution. Which it makes sense, because graphics cards wise you need a really, really beefy GPU to be able to do that. Who in their right mind would play this at 20 FPS? Me! I'd play it at 15. Nah, it's easy to play like this because it's just a cutscene bit. I wouldn't drive around like this.
Now, listen, dog. I have done exactly what you asked. So let's you and me figure this out.
Pretty much not moving, so I don't have to worry really.
Arasaka-sama, お父様の殺害犯を見つけました。この男で間違いありません。はい。1時間後には着くかと。Help me. Quiet.
Why is the video? Do you mean just the game? As in like the... It's because my guy is just like dying basically. I assume that's what you mean. This is 4K ray path tracing right now. Could switch the path tracing off, just have the ray tracing, but it's not... It won't improve too much for us. So this is just ray tracing. It might even crash. Have I just fully crashed it? No, something's happening. So it gets a little bit better with path tracing off. This is just ray tracing. I can switch ray tracing off. Like I say, when I get to the end of this mission, we'll check out frame generation. It's just I have to restart the game, so I want to try and just finish this mission before I do that. Oh god, I remember doing this. What? I've got to shoot the bike, maybe. What? How many bullets? Why not trying frame generation? Oh no, I will. It's just you have to restart the game. So if I restart here, I'll have to do it all again. I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to actually be shooting here. Shoot the bike? This guy don't give up. Doing any damage. It's kind of weird they give you the gun there because you're not actually supposed to, you can't do any damage. You can literally see the screen grid here.
Don't you dare faint again.
What do you mean? Not sure what you mean.
Keep your eyes open. Fuck. Ah! We both could use medical attention. Do you know a Reaper doc whom you can trust? You were at Compeki Plaza. We must get to Reaper doc. Quickly. Hector will fix us up. We have to get there somehow. Call someone. Anyone.
The cards aren't bad. No, I didn't say they were. Path tracing is really hard. Like I said earlier, there's nothing that can run it. There's literally nothing that can.
Greetings.
At native, at least.
Scanner indicates you are outside the service area.
Just come pick me up. I need to get to Misty's Esoterica. Front of Vic's.
Of course. A vehicle is en route. It should arrive in less than 20 minutes.
What are you doing? Hey! The personal link is damaged.
Please proceed to insert the jack below.
This is insane, really. Pay a fortune for this, and it's not even 5090.
Auxiliary neurosockets between his lymph nodes.
For sure. I have a 5090 as well.
If I hit a vein by mistake, he will die.
Indeed, as he will if you do nothing.
I think I have the socket.
Now proceed to connect.
Let's get him inside.
I cannot hold it.
Look at this scene here, 16. It drops me down from 30 to 16 again.
I need to rest.
That your blood?
Misty!
SR, what's SR 2022?
Neurogenic shock. He's dying.
What game's that?
Gotta cut my way through the occipital bone. No other way.
There is risk of...
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, the thing is even with it all completely switched off, this game is still not easy to run, at least not at 4K. With just all the sort of raster settings maxed, it's still not easy to run. That frame time is not good. Look at how choppy it is. I wonder if have I got reflex on? Or even is that setting? I have got it on.
How is he?
Slower on the mend than you, but looking better every day.
You read somewhere that 10th, 11th, 12th Intel CPU is going to be less in the market. What was the article? I mean, if they're discontinuing like making them, but I don't know. I haven't read any information on that.
Ah, my head.
How you feeling?
I don't know, Vic. Ears are ringing, and I'm seeing shit.
These hallucinations. Describe them to me.
Blinding lights. It's loud.
In the overlays, your memory clock messed up, and that's the VRAM.
So damn full of hatred. Then I let
it's
it all
multiplied.
out into the mic.
I forget exactly why, but memory clock's like multiplied.
Better. And then,
but that is what it is. The VRAM's third down, 15.3.
Nothing there to laugh about.
They killed me, Vic. Never been so afraid. It was too real, even for a lucid dream.
You weren't dreaming, V. Those were memories. There's a personality construct on that shard. Dreams you had were from his past.
Saying I experienced another psyche's memories?
Yeah, I'll check 1440p out in a bit.
You two are connected in a way I can't make head or tail out.
I need to check multi-frame generation on at 4K here first. I have to restart the game, so I need to finish this mission.
Johnny Silverhand, a terrorist. Real talk of the town back in my day. Anyway, that's not what's important right now.
What is?
The biochip. It's basically a bomb. Fused.
I'll completely switch ray tracing off. See what we get.
It's lit already. You don't have much time.
There you go.
Left. Much life. A few weeks tops. Silverhand's construct is overriding your consciousness, gradually taking over your body until one day you'll just be gone.
Might need a reset. I don't think I can save it mid. Can I? Yeah, I can't save it.
V, it's important you get all this.
You'll fix me up, right?
And then DLAA, how much is that hitting us?
Vic?
If I could, I would, V. Believe me. But this...
DLAA? What the hell?
It's way beyond what I know how to do.
You're the best of the best, Vic.
DLAA is hitting me 30 FPS. That can't be right.
Why can't you help me?
That's not right.
You want the long story or the short?
I have to die. I am going to die.
OBS and MSI Afterburner hook programs that mess up frame latency. They fixed that, and if you're referring to the GPU power issue in MSI, it's been fixed now.
Your brain.
And OBS,
the biochip revived, and
I'm not streaming off the same PC. I'm streaming off a different PC.
Into your head. As far as it was
I think it's maybe DLAA. I don't know, something weird there.
An empty vessel that needed to be filled by the engram it was carrying.
Normally it's only 1 or 2 FPS with DLAA. That's like 30.
But I'm right here. All of this is me.
The shard doesn't read, it writes. Headache of yours? It's the biochip rewiring your neural pathways, building new neural structures, doing away with the old. From where the shard's sitting, what's left, it's all a tumor that needs to be excised.
Vic, you've always come through for me. If there's nothing
His
you can
tattoos
do
make
to
no
help
sense.
me, then
Nah, it makes perfect
what the
sense.
hell
Look
do
at
I
him.
do? Tell me, please.
Round 1.
Vic.
I wish
Boxing
I
match.
knew, kid.
He's absolutely
Misty.
jacked. DLAA with... Oh, yeah, maybe it's the transform model. I'll see. Maybe it's a bug, though. There should be no situation where it's using 30 FPS. No, it's the same with both.
Let's get
It's
you
the same
home.
with both models. There's no way that should be using 30 FPS.
And then he died.
OBS doesn't make any old games not work, but I have to
I
close
thought I was gonna die.
MSI. You have to close MSI Afterburner to get it hooking OBS. Yeah, you need to change your hook settings, I think, probably in...
Small hint.
There's a setting in River Tuner statistics.
Can't actually tell.
And you
if
can
I'm
also
awake now.
change your hook rate in OBS. You need to change that, it sounds like.
I could be dead already, right?
Had that
Not
problem
something to
like
focus on,
years
V.
ago, but if you just change the
Let it
settings,
go.
it isn't an issue anymore.
Here, got some meds for you. Omega blockers. Taken regularly, they'll keep things from progressing too quickly. Also, they should keep that guest of yours
Because I can
calm
do it.
and
I can
quiet.
do it with MSI open and it captures it
Pseudoendotriazines
fine.
from me.
I remember I
Effect will
used
be
to have that
opposite.
issue.
It'll speed things up. Free the demon, so to speak.
Can't remember how I fixed it. It's either it's the profile in River Tuner, I think, or it's the setting in the actual game capture in OBS. You have a hook rate, I think it's called, or something. It was a while ago.
Here, got one more thing for you. Vic pulled this out of your skull.
How often does it have to hit?
Like
Yeah,
it,
no,
John?
I'll have to try and look because it was years ago.
Promise
But I
you
had
tried to
that.
get
I had
some
the same
sleep.
issue when I was streaming off the same PC.
You're lovely, Miss.
You'd have to close MSI, otherwise it wouldn't show up in game
Good
capture
night,
on
V.
OBS. But
Sweet,
yeah, it's one of the
peaceful
two
dreams.
things. One of those two settings I can't remember. Have you got the latest MSI Afterburner as well? Guys, make sure to drop a like on the stream as well. If you haven't already, try and get as many likes as we can.
Gotta get out
Like
of
I
here,
say, I'll
understand?
once this mission's finished, I can save it.
And I'll kill anyone who gets in my way. You and
We'll check out some multi-frame generation. Should get some pretty ridiculous FPS. Forgot how sort of long this mission was.
need a smoke. Where'd you stash yours?
What's John Wick doing here?
Where'd you even come from? How are we even talking?
How the fuck should I know? The fuck kind of droid toy are you supposed to be?
Fucking ghost off!
Wait, what have I got to do?
Who you work for, start talking!
Fuck.
fuck?
It's like Mr. Robot.
Fucking chip. Rip the thing out myself.
No, wait!
I'll take control. I'll find a way. You hear me?
See you never, asshole.
Alexandru, hello.
Now like that. Stick some iron in your mouth and pull the trigger.
You just slapped me.
I can feel it. Our minds touching. I'm like mold on fruit, creeping into you. Nothing I can do about it. You hear me? I'd puke if I fucking could. It's just a copy of the engram. I'm out there somewhere. Gotta be.
Kill you!
Do it. What are you waiting for?
Fuck me.
How am I? I'm alright, how are you? Okay, here we go. Act 2. Okay, sweet. Let's quickly run downstairs. Check the FPS below, then I'll save it, restart multi-frame generation. We can run through that.
Why would I do that?
Because I am
I'm gonna get out of here.
who saved your life.
Haven't managed to get my head straight yet. Not after everything that happened.
That will not happen anytime soon. And so what? If you intend to leave,
I think I've got no clothes on.
Bell has already told me. Thomas died. I am waiting.
Nature comes first.
Yeah, FPS is all over the place. Getting up to 70, 60, 70 in the lift just there. What's if we look over here? Look.
Mayor Lucius Ryan has passed away. We learned of Mayor Ryan's death from his family. He died peacefully in his sleep.
This is frame generation on? No. No. Multi-frame generation on. We'll get about 200.
Ryan's term will be fulfilled by his deputy mayor and closest associate, Weldon Holt. Holt has also announced plans to run for mayor in the upcoming election.
Today, we all mourn the untimely loss of our mayor and dear friend, Lucius Ryan. But when we've dried our tears...
Can I get out? What the hell? That took ages. So, FPS in this area. Oh, it was because of that, wasn't it? I think DLAA is bugged. There's something going on with DLAA. Because look, I switched that off. I get 70. I've never ever seen DLAA hit you for 30 FPS. That seems like there's an issue or something there. Almost definitely. I don't think I've ever seen that in any game I've ever tested with DLAA. So I'm guessing that isn't right. But if I switch ray tracing path tracing on before I go with frame generation, it's probably going to be about 20 FPS if it loads and doesn't crash. 1 FPS, I might have crashed it. Oh no. Oh no. Did I try everything max? No, not yet. I've got to restart the game for multi-frame generation. This is going to just fully crash. This is what happens when you turn it on mid-game. Well, not a good idea. Is it going to load? No. Let me just demo you it quick, just so when I restart we can get a good idea. Probably because tensor cores are being utilized by ray tracing. Not sure what you mean. What's that in reference to? What's happening now? CY, hello. I'm just going to restart the game to switch multi-frame generation on. It feels like I've just fully crashed the game. I switched path tracing on mid-game and it's just like fully bricked my game. I'll restart. I'm going to have to restart twice because I think we're just changing the settings way too much in the middle of the game. You should be restarting it more frequently, really. And the game just couldn't take it anymore. At least we got a save in, though. DLAA is using the tensor cores. Yeah, but it's whether that's the same across every game with ray tracing. That I've never seen it hit it for 30 to 35 FPS. It shouldn't be that much of a drop. It's using tensor cores in every ray trace game, and I've never ever seen it do it for 35 FPS. DLAA at most is 5 FPS, not 35. Black screen. Yeah. I was just restarting the game. So I'll just show you really quick the FPS like this, then I'll restart. It's taking a little bit longer just because the game just fully crashed. Have a 5090 do that. I've done it already. Streamed that already. It's on the channel if you wanted to see. Yeah. So with path tracing here, you get about 19. It's not going to be particularly good. Then if we come in here. I hate it when it does that. Switch on, so I'm going to have to restart the game again, which is a bit annoying. But just bear me a sec. Yeah, no, I did Cyberpunk already. It's on the channel if you did want to see it. I did that pretty much, I think, the first game I tested on my 5090. Could be something to do with drivers. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think it's maybe a bug or something somewhere with DLAA on the with the game, because I've used DLAA in this game before and it's never hit FPS like that. It could be something to do with the model, maybe between the transformer model or the other one, because I've never seen it drop it FPS like that in this game with DLAA. Sasquatch guy, catch you later. This is not as good as the 5090. No. 5090 is the best GPU you can have, FPS wise. Nothing as good as it.
Hello, Ziggy. Thanks for having me.
And it shouldn't. I mean, the 5090 costs, in some cases, twice as much. So, currently at 4K, but I've now switched on. I'm going to switch DLAA off. Wait. Hang on. Let's try that again. So I'm at 4K, 340 by 2160, but I've switched frame generation on now, so I've still got path tracing on, and I've got the graphics maxed out here as well. We've got screen space reflection set to ultra instead of psycho. But we'll see. We had about 20 FPS here without frame generation. Look at my latency. I feel like this needs a restart again. What on earth has happened to my game? We've got it on ×4. Let me quickly reboot again. I feel like changing the settings in-game is just completely destroying my game. I'm just going to restart just so we can get an accurate figure. If it is that bad, then it is that bad, but at least then we 100% know. I don't feel comfortable looking at that unless we restart. But latency there's 420. Oof. That's not good. I mean, obviously, frame generation you shouldn't really be switching on with 20 FPS, and that's most likely the reason why. You end up with latency like that. If you're going to absolutely need DLSS upscaling on. Shelton, hello. Let's take another just quick look at that again. And I'll play through for a while. We can check out 1440p as well, because I'm going to have to restart the game. Every time I want to switch multi-frame generation on or off, I'm going to have to keep restarting the game, which is going to get really annoying really quick.
Howdy, Night City. Welcome back. My guest tonight is Lieutenant Sarah Kokoski, spokeswoman for the NCPD. Hi there. Welcome to the show.
Let's see if this is any better. Okay, there we go. So it was worthwhile restarting. So let's run through the settings really quick for anyone who didn't see it. So I'm currently at 4K, but I've switched frame generation on now. This is multi-frame generation, so we've got it to ×4. Still got path tracing on. All the graphics still maxed out as well. Got screen space reflection set to Ultra instead of Psycho. But at native 4K, not necessarily native 4K, but without frame generation at 4K with this, we had about 20 FPS. So that's tripled our FPS in this specific spot, but the latency is absolutely 100% noticeable here. I've got PC latency of 150 milliseconds at the moment. Definitely noticeable compared to with frame generation off. As you would expect, don't recommend switching frame generation on when you have 20 FPS. That is not recommended at all. So with the mouse here, I can absolutely 100% tell. I can feel it. This is the reason why they have there's that recommendation. VRAM as well looks pretty... Yeah, we're at our absolute max, 16 gig. Well, see that just appear, that car. And that frame time looking absolutely insane as well, just purely because MSI can't really deal with multi-frame generation, so it just makes the frame time look crazy. That looks like 20 FPS on stream, yeah, because it is technically. The FPS without frame generation here is literally 20, so you're just basically not seeing frame generation, I think. So I won't hang on that for too long, because it's going to look, it's not going to look great. So if we switch, we'll go try it with DLSS quality on. We've got the wrong model. I'll put it on transform model. That'll give us a FPS of about 40 before switching frame generation on. So that does take us to over 100 FPS, and it's probably halved our latency there as well. It definitely obviously isn't as nowhere near as bad feel-wise. I'd realistically say at this latency, for probably a lot of people, you might not be able to tell. I wouldn't really say it's like particularly noticeable.
Don't hurt me! Oh! All units in the area. Criminal activity reported in Watson.
To us like driving.
Probably just a cyber again, but I'll handle it. Say, any update on my overtime bonus? Dispatch?
All units be advised. Suspect remains in the vicinity.
Thinking I might. You know what? I've got a feeling I might need to restart this again, you know? Let me restart real quick. Sorry for all the reboots. But every time I'm changing the settings, I don't feel like it's applying. That is latency in the top right, yeah. On the left, it's the left one is render latency and the right one is PC latency. So I'm just going to boot the game up again because I'm pretty sure the FPS is actually higher than that. Which is a bit annoying. Trying to sort of benchmark this with different settings and having to restart every single setting change. That's a nightmare. It worked alright for the first part. We kept sort of changing stuff a little bit and it was alright.
Howdy, howdy, Night City. Welcome back. My guest tonight is Lieutenant Sarah.
I feel like it might be a bit higher. How much higher will it be?
Hi there. Welcome to the show.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe that was roughly what we were getting, wasn't it? So I probably didn't really need to restart there. At least that can be accurate. Maybe we're getting slightly higher than what I was getting. Everything else, latency looks about the same, doesn't it? Maybe it's cleared the VRAM up a little bit. We're not like maxed out. And overall power is actually still really high, almost 300 there.
You do not look so bad. Then, in the car, I doubted you would survive.
What's it you actually want from me?
To begin, you must tell me where to find Evelyn Parker.
Evelyn? What's she to you?
What other settings should I check whilst we're on just 4K? You maybe drop the transformer preset down a little bit. Or transform model, I mean, DLSS balance performance.
I would not count on that. She's likely gone, very far away.
Might be interesting to see with path tracing off as well, and just ray tracing, how much that improves latency.
Long gone.
Why do you believe she could help you remove the chip? Does a corporation help her?
Look at this guy in the back just absolutely smashing a burger down. I always thought the food on this game looked really funny. It looks like everything looks insanely detailed.
Had a large chunk of
you know, path tracing. Like, look at this outside, and I remember the food just looks like.
Slyness he getting You know the kind.
I do possess this slyness you speak of.
Whose pizza is that?
Tossed out, lumped with the outcasts, easily. Or have you?
I just thought the food looked like they just thought, oh, we'll just do whatever.
Sorry, I couldn't be of any help.
We've made everything look insanely detailed, and just with the food, we'll just, you know, that can just look like that. And the chips, I remember the chips looked like they would cut you. They were so sharp.
In Night City, I seek revenge. Much more feasible here. I have allies prepared to bring Yorinobu to his
Notice from the burger.
The only thing I need is
it's sort of like rectangular.
And you think they'll trust the word of a
It's got sharp edges.
I have nothing better now. Also, I know no one here. And I am a fugitive. I am hunted.
I feel that's what GTA 6.
And announce that Yorinobu's a kin killer. That he
might James despise if he's in here. Because I know he does game development stuff. I wonder if we'll get all these little details in games where, like,
lie detector.
I feel like a game can look as crazy as this, but then there's really minor details that aren't important, I feel like, in a game, but I think it's what will take a game to, like, another level. Of just, like, for example, this person eating this burger, like, finishing, like, actually eating the food. Do you know what I mean?
This corporation
I feel like GTA might do that. Like, that might be a thing in the new one.
It is merely about getting the right people on your side.
Because you get sort of NPCs doing stuff, but it's like fake doing stuff, if you know what I mean.
Prepped for the heist thoroughly.
Like, do we have any? Am I maybe not thinking? Do we have any games where
Untrue. Here's a poem.
people aren't just like fake doing stuff? If you get what I mean.
Besides, Anders Hellman escaped to Arasaka, betrayed it.
Yeah, Red Dead 2, but how much detail, I'm trying to think, how much does it go into on that? In Red Dead 2 for me, I definitely feel like it does feel like the people are living their own life more, if that makes sense.
Hey, I was listening to that.
Shut up.
But I feel like in GTA it could just be like a whole nother level of like...
What did you say?
Just the feeling of like everyone's actually living their own life type thing. And it's not programmed, it's not just like
At least one of you's got some
statically programmed where it's like people only follow specific paths. Alright, well Mega Man, you're off. You're going.
Thanks for the offer. Need to think about it. Get back to you.
I need time to plan, organize. You stand to gain much if you help me. All I ask is that you do not leave the city.
Yeah, Red Dead 2, yeah.
Why would I leave? Need help.
Pretty impressive considering when that game came out.
Someone
Nothing's sort of done that since.
There's no one. No outside.
Who was that? I don't know.
Actually, we
Probably
just
a
talked
bot.
about some. With a bit of luck, I'll track down Evelyn.
If she could not help you before, she will not manage to now.
Honor among thieves. Ever heard of it?
Yes, I thought it ironic. Thieves have none. There's just honor, I believe.
Yorinobu Arasaka would agree, I'm sure.
The Parker woman will not help you. Why are you? I would think about a plan B.
Anders Hellman. He invented the relic. If I want to get rid of it, he's my man. And if that means picking another fight with Arasaka, so be it.
Hellman defected from the company. I myself spent many days looking for him. What's the expression? Dropped off the face of the earth.
Why are you looking for Hellman?
He was the one to alert Saburo-san to Yorinobu's schemes. He knew both of them well and could be an important witness.
Corporal rats will squeal when hanging by their tails.
For several days, I collected the information. All leads point to one place, the club called the Afterlife. I was quickly dismissed by the queen of fixers there, Rogue.
She take you for a suit?
No, she saw me as Saburo-sama's killer.
Rogue's well informed. Gets wind of most things that happen in the city. Might be worth asking her about Hellman.
I wish you luck.
Yeah, it probably was a bot because I can now see like channel activity of like everything you've ever said on the channel.
I cannot stay here any longer.
And they've never commented ever before on anything. But they've had a YouTube channel for 7 years though.
Call in some favors. When my people in Arasaka are ready to listen, I will call you.
Imagine having a YouTube channel for 7 years, going into some random stream and saying that, like, what? What's wrong with you?
He and I have unfinished business.
What was insane behavior, like, what on earth?
Zapper dumples and filth. In some ways, Night City never changes. Arasaka's still a despotic machine and the world's on a collision course with chaos. But hey, at least Rogue's still alive.
You know, you got some nerve. First you had to kill me, now you want to be my pal. Make it like nothing happened.
You know you don't gotta speak out loud to talk to me.
What do you want?
And I've processed some shit, changed my mind.
Probably a troll.
Don't want you dead anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I can actually report him. I'll report him.
Hey, wasn't easy for me either. You woke up in a landfill, I woke up in your head. wrestling with your thoughts, memories. Think we're even. And I've taken a step back, looked at things. Think we might be able to help each other. We could start with Rogue. Her and I go back to the Stone Age.
You're the ghost of Christmas past, asshole. Any friends you had are either dead or so old their memory's gone.
Johnny Silverhand died a legend. Nobody forgets that.
So you fucking know Rogue. What do I say to her? Got a talking brain tumor, claims it's her old friend Johnny?
Trust me, Rogue's heard dumber
Johnny
shit
on the
than that.
spot.
Way back when you weren't even an itch in your daddy's ball sack.
Don't need convincing. Seeing your memories, gross.
Rogue will dance to any tune I play her. Just get us to the afterlife.
There is no us.
Right, so I'm just going to quickly, let's drop the preset down to, let's have a look at performance, and then I'll drop down to 1440p. As I promised, we check it out with path tracing, so it's going to feel a lot better here. Latency now down to 60. I really don't think at 60 milliseconds you'll probably really notice. It feels a lot better compared to the 150, 160 we had. Pretty much a night and day difference. What's this guy wearing? I feel like you'd be a bit hot in that. Whoa! That is creepy. Well, he's looking at me. Oh no, damn it, I didn't mean to do that. Whoops. How to put the gun away?
Jess, what's up?
So I could have a look, drop it down to 1440p, so if we, if I'll go back to native with just frame generation. Let's see if it breaks my stream. Hopefully it won't. I think we're right. So 1440p. This is with path tracing fully maxed out still. If we come in here, you can see here 1440p. Frame generation times 4. We've still got ray tracing and path tracing on here. All the graphics maxed. Not too bad, 130. We do, the latency though is kind of borderline on noticeable, I'd say. 75 to 100 in that range. I think it's a little noticeable like this. Especially probably like this. In shooting and stuff, I think you probably will notice. Are they fighting me with their fists? So yeah, I think you probably feel this a little bit. We'll have to, I'll check out native like this as well, but I'll have to restart the game. We'll do that in a little bit. So 130 FPS average. Overall, not too bad. VRAM looks okay, 13.5. Power hasn't really changed much, still at about 300. What's it going to be like driving around? Is it going to be... Ow. I don't think I've got any clothes on. Oh my god, I don't. I just have boxers on. Wait, how can I increase my... I've still just got boxers on. What was it this that I needed to do? Can I get in there now? E.
No, please! All nearby units. We got a situation.
So I'll see what driving's like. Sometimes it can feel a bit laggy, especially if the latency is quite high on mouse and keyboard. Image quality wise though, I think the worst ghosting I had was actually trying to do 4K native with path tracing. The ghosting was quite bad. I think once you get ray reconstruction on like that, so yeah, yet again here, I'm noticing a little bit of ghosting behind the car, mainly on the cars. feel like you can notice it quite a lot. Oh, damn. How do I shoot? So yeah, I do think when that latency spikes up closer to 100, it is a little noticeable. I do think you probably will notice that. It's kind of right on the cusp of noticeable and some areas not noticeable. It's going to depend where you are. So I'd probably recommend either maybe going down to just ray tracing or definitely get DLSS on, upscaling, put that on maybe quality. It should then be fine. Yeah, that definitely feels better. Seeing almost breaking 200 FPS there. Obviously considerably better. GPU usage though is quite, it's fluctuating quite a lot. So it's 25-30 real FPS. No, at the moment our settings, realistically, we've got DLSS on, so we've probably got about 70 FPS. Maybe 60 to 70 FPS if I switch frame generation off. So yeah, look, 89% usage here at 1440p does bring it down a little bit. I can imagine 1080p probably gets a little bit worse. Have I got to... I've got to call someone. Who have I got to call? How do I call her?
Lee? That you? Shit. Thought you were... Come on.
Listen, need to find Evelyn.
I really don't want to talk about her.
Know where she is?
What'd I just say? Drop it. I won't tell you again.
Can we meet?
How's the latency? It feels okay. It doesn't feel too bad like this. We've got a latency of about 50 milliseconds right now, so it's not sort of an insane amount. It's obviously a little higher than what you'd get with it off, but it's not... I wouldn't... If I didn't have anything on the screen, no stats or anything, I'm not... With these settings, I would say you probably can't notice. The game feels the same as it would do without it. I think the thing for me after having seen it, if you start getting... When it gets up to 100, if it gets close to 100, as soon as you're over sort of 80 or 90, I feel like that is when you can tell. You can like really start to tell that something's different. Before that, 50 or under, I think it mostly it's difficult to tell. And if we completely switch path tracing and stuff off here, it'll probably get... What about just normal ray tracing, so no path tracing? Look at that. 300. This is still with just normal ray tracing on. It's pretty nuts. What's going on here? Who's this guy? Is that police? Oh my god, it is. You know what that means. Oh no, I'm still in my boxes.
331, responding.
Hey, look.
On my way, dispatch. But only because I like you.
Let's just have a quick look with no ray tracing either. How high does it go?
Look.
There you go. 280, almost 400. But this is the thing, is I've just got absolutely no reason to have an FPS like this. You could really play on her maybe 2 times or 3 times. You'd get less latency, because if I go... At the moment, our latency is 25 to 30. If we drop this down to, say, 3 times... That doesn't really actually change the latency too much, does it? It's pretty much the same. About 2 times. It brings it down a little bit, but it doesn't actually massively change the latency really between 2 and 4. Mostly the same. This is now maybe more 20 to 25, where 4 times is more 25 to 30, but in terms of actually noticeable difference, it's going to be minimal.
Got a good memory for faces. We're closed right now.
Need to talk to Punch and Judy. She in her den?
Yep. Take the stairs down.
I'll let Judy know you're coming. Just don't let me catch you messing around, okay?
Whoa, whoa, start again.
Image quality, I think, still looks very good.
Beat some sense into him.
We have got DLSS quality on, but I don't think any issues caused by frame generation. If anything, compared to native, I think it's probably useful to have DLSS on. It seems to fix a lot of the ghosting, especially with the transform model.
Stop telling every Joy Toy you meet to come here. The hell I'm supposed to do with them all? You so concerned about strays? Go take care of your guest.
Sus, we're not done here.
Oh yeah, we fucking are.
You just don't give up, do you?
Listen, have you seen Evelyn? Need to talk to her. It's important.
Why? So you can make her your scapegoat for your train wreck of a heist?
Can you just answer my question? I'm trying to find Evelyn. That's
Who's
all
this
you
got on
need
this
to know.
TV?
Better start looking then. Black.
There's so many screens in here.
Listen, if you don't know where she is, just tell me. I don't have time for verbal volleyball. Do you know or not?
All right, enough. Get lost. You care so much. Find Clouds. Look there.
And where's Clouds?
Sig case on my desk's got the address. Just take it and go.
Mega Tower. Luxurious.
Where are you going? How do I put clothes on? Have I even got any clothes? I have this. I can hear my guy's feet. I've not even unlocked shoes. What's going on? I have to put that on for now.
So, Clouds?
It's a dollhouse.
Evelyn a regular there.
What's the FPS with DLAA? Path tracing. Which resolution?
Forget Evelyn. Admit it. This is about Judy's virtues, isn't it?
1440p. The issue is I can't switch multi-frame generation off. I'll have to restart.
Call me Mr.
It's gonna be like 40, 30 to 40.
Name's V. What?
Possibly. I mean, I could we've seen this enough. Maybe I could restart. It just means I'm going to have to... The issue is you have to restart every time you switch it off or on. I've got it on right now. I'll have to save it, but it won't let me save. Okay, let me save now. What was it? 1440p. Does it? Yeah, it'll make me restart. Give me a sec, I'll reboot it. It's not going to be great. I haven't seen it yet, but 4K was about 20 FPS, so I think maybe 40, that would be doubling. Would it be double? Probably realistically it'd be 30 to 40, I would guess. But there also seems like there's a bit of a bug with the LAA. It seems to give me way worse performance. I wouldn't recommend it right now. It was dropping my FPS by about 35 when I had it on at 4K. Do I prefer 9800 or Intel? Depends what Intel. I mean, I'm coming from a 4900K. For just gaming, I prefer this, just on the basis of it uses way less power. My 4900K would be at like average like 100 to 150 watts.
Hi there. Welcome to the show.
Okay, so let me just double check because we don't actually. You said path tracing, didn't you? So at the moment, 1440p. We've got DLAA on here, ray reconstructions on, and we've got path tracing on with all the graphic settings maxed. And I was roughly what I thought, between 30 and 40. Average of 35 right now. This is probably going to be the lower area of the game you'll get, so in sort of terms in the FPS, will be at its lowest around here because it's a city area. Imagine outside in the desert, you'd probably be in or around and over 60 in the desert. But realistically, with these settings, probably it's not even going to be might just be about 60 at 1080p, which is pretty wild. But that shows you just how sort of crazy path tracing is, really. Still sitting at about over 300 watts. Pretty much the same as what we had at 4K. The most GPU, the highest GPU power's been on any game that I've seen it so far on the 5080. Oh. Can I nick this car? Oh, let me do one more. So yeah, definitely not particularly amazing FPS. Not sure if you wanted to see... to be fair, you don't have to do too much to get it to 60. If we were to just go to instead of DLAA, switch it to something like quality, you should see it pretty close to 60. There you go, 62. So all it'll take is that just one setting instead of DLAA. And in my opinion, if you're using the transformer model, you're really not going to notice too much difference in quality between DLAA and DLSS quality. It's fairly indistinguishable, really. But you gain an extra 20 FPS and you can sit at that sort of 60. Which this game overall I think is fine, playing at 60 FPS. don't really have too much of an issue with that if I can max most of the graphics out. Sub 40 FPS, yeah. You could, realistically, if we had 40 there, if you went to ray tracing instead of path tracing, you'd gain 10 to 15 FPS, so you'd be at like 50, 55 with ray tracing, just not path tracing.
When you find a moment, come see me. We must settle our accounts.
I would even, interestingly, try out with this off, because DLAA earlier was giving me some really weird performance. No, okay, it's pretty much the same. Weirdly at 4K, with when I did raster settings at 4K, DLAA was behaving really weirdly. I was dropping like 30 FPS with it on. But like I say, if go back to DLAA, but maybe just go ray tracing instead of path tracing. There you go. You could, you could do it like that. You have a couple of different ways to do it. This is at 4K frame generation. No, this is at 1440p, native 1440p at the moment. Does 4K DLSS performance look better than 1440p DLSS quality?
Let me play. You can watch. What's the matter?
Probably, I wouldn't recommend doing that because... well, I mean, 4K DLSS performance is probably rendering at 1080p, isn't it?
Way I see it, only thing waiting for you here is getting off or getting
Would it
off.
be quality is probably like 1440p? No, it's probably lower. It's probably lower than that, isn't it? It's lower than 1080p, I think. Because quality is like 1440p. Balance still be maybe close to 1080p. Performance will be less. I think I'd rather have 1440p DLSS quality in that situation because it's less of a gap. You want to be rendering from a higher resolution. You don't want that gap to be so big between the rendering and the output, really. I'd probably pick the smaller upscale. If it looks better or not, I don't know. Like, that's kind of a bit of a subjective thing, I guess. Of like, what are you basing looking better on? You know? I would say you'll have less issues, especially if you have path tracing on, because DLSS performance is going to be more likely to give you weird, like, ghosting or just weird image related stuff if you have path tracing on, where quality, you're not going to notice that, you're not going to have that issue so much. So I'd probably definitely do quality in that situation. When will the embargo of 5070 Ti be lifted off? I have no idea. I don't get sent GPUs, so if that's what you mean by embargo, I wouldn't know because I don't get sent them. I buy them myself, so I buy them when everyone else buys them. Tapioca, hello. 98 FPS on Cyberpunk. Nice. What CPU did you get? I think 4K DLSS performance should look sharper. Or based on what, though? You're rendering at a lower resolution than 1440p quality, though. So, in theory, it wouldn't. 1440p quality is 960p. Yeah, what's 4K DLSS performance, though? It's got to be close to that as well, right?
Welcome to Clouds, where we know what you're looking for.
To be honest,
Jack into the terminal?
It's really going to be like a kind of negligible difference.
This will be a live session, so events may take an unexpected turn. But don't quit if you feel
1440p
uncomfortable.
quality, yeah.
You
No, I
could
know.
miss out on something truly
1440p
remarkable.
quality is 960p. I was saying, what is 4K
If you feel unready to handle
performance?
what
Yeah, I
comes
mean, there's
next,
basically
you
going to
can
be no
interrupt the
difference
session
between that, though.
immediately.
I'm
Now
not
for
even
your
from like a rendered resolution point of view. You'll have more. If you have path tracing on, you will have more issues at the performance preset than you will the quality preset. That was what I was saying.
Afterlife.
Like, there's whether you're
And save.
your image will probably look sharper because you're outputting at
bear
4K,
with
but
me
you'll
a
have
moment.
more ghosting because you're at a lower
Scanning your
DLSS
personal
preset. If you get what I
profile.
mean.
You should
If
see
you have path
compatible
tracing
dolls
on,
in
I'd
just a
rather be
second.
at the higher preset than the lower one. So like, the image might look sharper, but you might get artifacts and ghosting. So it's like, which would you rather not have, if you see what I mean?
Two matches. Interesting.
Is that normal or...
Who can say what is normal? You're clearly a unique person with unique tastes. Our system can handle it. So who will it be? Angel or Sky?
Yeah, no, if those are the rendered resolutions, 1080p will obviously look better than 960p, but my point still stands of like,
Angel looks good.
you will still have, you'll have more
Pictures
ghosting with
better
DLSS
myself.
performance than you will DLSS
Now
quality,
for the
so,
payment.
and that
And
doesn't
you'll
matter what
venture
resolution
into
you're
the
at. If you're at
clouds.
8K ultra performance, you're going to get more ghosting than you are at 1440p quality, if you see what I mean. Like, and it doesn't matter what rendered resolution you're at, it's just the scaling with path tracing on.
Not here to pay in
The
play.
lower down you render with
want some
path
info.
tracing on, the more chance you're going to get ghosting and stuff.
Unfortunately,
If you get, if that
do
makes
not
sense.
sell. Should you change your mind?
That's
come
that's more what my point was. Like, I'd rather be at 1440p quality than say 8K ultra performance. If you don't have path tracing on, then I don't think it's an issue, and I'd rather be at 4K performance. But I'm just saying the consideration
All
of
right, I changed my mind. I'll pay.
Temptation is often too strong to resist. Please jack in.
There you go.
if that makes sense.
And the payments come through?
9800X3D, nice.
The entire floor is open to you if you wish to wind down first.
Angel awaits you in booth 6. Disconnect.
Looking for Evelyn Parker. She work here?
Zaddy, hello.
Give me a moment.
Is the
Evelyn's
thumbnail
not available
AI?
at this time.
The
Need to see
GPU
it.
is, yeah, but the rest of it
important.
isn't.
The algorithm knows best. Trust
Photoshop.
me, it will choose a doll that will thrill you. Our dolls can change their hair and eye color in real time to look just as you wish.
I just want to talk to her, that's all.
Please, no need for concern. Your doll will talk to you about anything
There'll be more
you
ghosting
wish.
since more of a resolution is getting upscaled. Exactly, yeah. That's all my point was.
I'm sorry. Did she finally say anything useful?
So like the output image quality will
menu,
look
let's ditch
crisper,
this
but you
waitress and
might
take our
have more
special
image
order to the
issues
chef,
in
point
general,
blank.
like ghosting and stuff, because you're rendering a lower res to what you're outputting compared to the 1440p alternative. If you don't have path tracing on, then I don't really think it matters,
You go in as a
because
customer,
a lot of the
keep a low
ghosting is caused
profile.
by
Don't wanna
having ray
keep their
tracing and
cards
path tracing,
close
and
by.
upscaling
Play
is
our
normally a
own
lot of the time what causes the problem.
Is that it?
We have a strict no weapons policy here at Clouds. Please deposit any and all hazardous
An actual
items
image
with
quality.
me.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, I mean it's rendering at a higher resolution, 1080p compared to 960p. So factually, yeah. But
won't find any
that
use
won't
for
prevent
weapons
ghosting
inside.
though. Just because you're at a higher
Only
render,
too
it
willing to
won't.
spread their legs for you. Sad.
Go eat a dick,
We hope
Johnny.
you enjoy your stay.
Guess that makes you a real deviant.
Vincent, right? I'm Angel. You're Angel.
Let me out! Let me out!
It's V. Just V. Only people I know real well.
Do you plan on getting a
get to use
5070
my
Ti
real
when
name.
testing?
But we'll
I'll
get
have
to
to
know
see.
each other
I
well
I don't have any money. I'll have to see.
Sure. Why not? Do what you do best.
I have to pay for it all myself, so.
I know that you're dying.
Safe word.
Afterlife.
Get me out of here.
What happened? You interrupted the session? Did I do something wrong? Were you not satisfied?
How's the ghost? The ghosting's better, yeah, on Transformer, but
Evelyn Parker.
from what I've seen,
know
at
about it.
performance and ultra
Wait
performance,
just a
you
second.
will still have
That's not
issues,
how this
especially if you have
works.
path
You
tracing
can't
on.
ask me about the dollhouse or anything like that. I could get
Performance
in serious
is
trouble.
definitely way
Go.
better
Please,
in that.
Just go.
most of the time you probably won't have issues, but ultra performance you definitely almost will have issues.
I need this
Performance occasionally
price.
with path tracing. If
She's
you have
not
path
here,
tracing
and I
off, then
barely
I don't
even
think
knew
you'll
her.
see any
That's all
issues
I
at
can say.
performance.
It'll be worth your while. Try to remember.
It looks more like
We're
balanced.
not supposed to accept anything from clients. Everything goes through the shift bosses. I can't just...
Talk or I'll report you.
Evelyn, tell me what you know, or I'll say you asked me to pay you.
There was an incident with a client.
So not too bad. At least the DLSS quality here, you can get a sort of 60. We got an average of 61, so you can. It is sort of doable like that. Tapioca with the $20. Thanks, I appreciate
He and
it.
Evelyn were close. Go ask him. And please
Here you go,
leave
bud.
me
Just a
alone.
little help. Thanks for these streams. Thanks for the support. I appreciate it.
Tom,
Yeah, I'm gonna try
who's
and see if I can get a
Friend of
5070 Ti.
wasn't a free moment
The
they
issue is
worked
at the
together.
moment there's no pricing
Where'll
in the
I find
UK of like how much they'll be, and also what stock's
He's a
like. I
Dell.
don't know if
Works the VIP
I might have to get
area.
seriously lucky again to be able to get
Thanks.
one.
Don't ask for me
But yeah,
again.
thanks. I appreciate the support. See, I'll see what I can do. Because we've also got the 9070 XT next month. That's in March, isn't
I
it?
can't get in? What's that mean? I'm here every motherfucking week.
You're not authorized to access the VIP area.
Oh, yes, I am.
This is like a
No, sir,
GTA
you're not.
mission.
You can take it up with the manager.
No, dog.
GTA characters.
I'm taking it up with you, here, now. You got any idea who I am?
There a problem?
This conk don't understand that I've got a right to be in there.
From what I can see, your VIP membership has been revoked.
Say what now?
If I remember
Please
right,
stay
I have to
calm,
follow him to
sir.
the toilet, don't I?
Or we're gonna have to escort you outside.
I think. I think I remember that. He goes to the toilet. Does he?
I'll see. You're going back upstairs?
In a minute. Need to piss first.
No, it's this guy. He goes. See? I remember. So follow him to the bathroom. Nothing to see here. Wait for him to do a piss. Oh wait, damn, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I thought grab it just meant... I thought it meant grab the thing. Oh god. Pick him up. We're gonna have to hide him. I'll hide him. Shall I hide him here? Oh, he looks fine. He just looks like he's had too many drinks. He's had a few too many beers. Could probably make that better. Slump him over in the toilet. Put him on the toilet. Yeah, no, he's fine. He's fine. He's just fallen asleep. Can't shut the door. What's open? Oh no, wait. Should we not just get in now? See the price on the Nvidia website. $964. Yeah, the thing is it doesn't normally translate like that exactly. Like,
What will you have?
I know before it's been like
Better keep this
800
short and sweet.
in
Too
dollars,
brainwashed,
but then
say
it
so.
like it's not a conversion type thing. So I think it was it the PS5 Pro? It was like $700 and £700, which is like more than $700.
Hi. I think something might have gone wrong here.
On the Nvidia side.
Not really sure.
let
Don't have your details? Sorry, no idea what I'm supposed to do.
I need to get in touch with Evelyn Parker.
Oh,
It's
okay,
important.
$729 here.
I'm
Pounds.
calling her a bunch of times.
That's
No
the TI.
luck.
You mean to say she's not here?
There's no founders of
She had
that though,
an
is there? There's
accident.
only a founders of the
Needed to
5070.
go to a special clinic in Osaka. Or Oslo. I think it was Oslo.
So
for
that
a new
is
faceplate.
That's like £920 dollars, sorry. $920. So it's not too dissimilar.
Tell you herself she was skipping town?
Nah, just didn't show up for work. Wasn't picking up either, so I asked Woodman what was up. Told me she left, like I said.
Woodman, who is he?
Mr. Forrest. But everybody calls him Woodman. Never really known why.
Okay, Mr. Forrest then.
They founders. I think this is the founders of the 5070 though, right?
He's kind of like our caretaker. Finds new talent, deals with ugly situations.
Got it.
Could it be Woodman finally shed some light on this shit show? Man can only dream. The skull sponges in these dolls. Ugh. That's what they should be replacing.
How do I get out of here? Hostile area.
Who's there?
Force open. I'd like the 5080. It's okay. It's just not really any. It's not particularly amazing compared to say like a 4080.
What do you want?
Chill. Keep calm. I'm looking for a girl.
You shoot me.
Okay, Cam. Interesting word choice for someone who plowed through massive
I can
all
punch,
the way.
but
Things got out of hand, I'll admit. But cooperate, and no one else will get hurt.
Oh, that is okay.
do you drop a weapon? Gonna need that.
Well, aren't you the king of fuck-ups?
Wait.
Now what?
Too bad you can't talk to dead people. Oh, wait. You're doing it now.
No.
Anyway, just scour his comp.
That just might work.
I picked a gun up, but I can't actually use it. I've got to put it in. Here we go. Don't have to go in here.
Sold her off to a ripper.
Ship was busted. Could have sent her to get it patched up.
A ripper named Fingers in a back alley for hookers. Sounds like a Joy Toy's wet dream.
Shall I switch back to 4K for now? Should we go back to 4K? I'll leave it. We're going to have to put it on quality or maybe even balanced with these settings. Or we could actually maybe might as well just see what we can do at native 1080p. What can it do at native 1080p if we switch all that off? Path tracing on. Can it do 60 FPS at that? Oh. No. Almost. That's crazy. Can't even do 1080p. I mean, almost. But once we go outside into the city area, it's definitely not going to be doing 60 1080p, which is pretty rough. Might overall just about get an average of 60 at 1080p with path tracing. What am I stuck on? Question is, will that guy still be in the bathroom?
What's with you guys?
Oh god, this is too many. Image is starting to look a little bit rough as well, but I am on my 4K screen, so 1080p. The guy's gone. His stuff's here, though. Let's have a look once I get outside. Let's see, see how much it dips down.
Required to return your weapons. Even though I'd rather not. Hey, I don't know anything. I just work here.
Give me my weapons back. So yeah, outside here, it's, let's go down. Can we go down?
Ever thought of applying for the diplomatic corps?
You think Fingers got her? Think we'll find her there.
V, if I could see that far, I wouldn't be a fucking ghost on a chip in a corpse's head right now.
It's me, right? No feeling going on, no.
Is the stream alright? My Google Chrome just crashed. To Johnny.
Don't have time to massage egos.
I respect that.
Of course you do. You'd have loved to have dropped the H-bomb on this place.
No need to go so OTT. I've got other methods. One thing's for sure, though. Klaus won't forget this. You had a plan. You tried. It fell flat. Now you're flat. Don't look in any condition to find help.
So I think... Oh, what's happening? Just want to see what the FPS is like once we get into the city bit.
No, damn it.
Jesus, the fuck do you want from me?
Oh, snap. Yeah, that's what happened to me.
It's all going too slow. Gonna decommission.
That happened to me, yeah. That's the first time I've seen that recently.
Wanted me dead.
I have an Intel on my stream PC,
That I changed my mind.
which is where the stream's running, is on my Intel.
Asked you already. What the hell you want?
First time I've seen that though. I haven't
Get
had
out
that
of
recently.
jail free card. I'd be a fucking fool not to take advantage.
It's weird because my other
See,
tab,
me and
it was
our
only, I've got a couple of tabs
gotta
open. It
have
was only the
Central
YouTube tab.
Score needs 7,
The other tabs are
and
fine.
I plan to do it. That's what I need you for.
Never been recruited into a terrorist cell before. Feel kind of honored, actually.
Listen, I know things.
Blame
Where we can
Intel.
save your life.
Yeah, I mean,
Who
I've
can help us
been
do
using
that?
this stream PC for a good like
You'll get rid of the
3
chip.
or 4
I'll
weeks.
smash
I've not had that.
Win-win, kid.
And before that, my
Killers
4900K was in my
and
gaming
Makoshi's
PC.
how we grab
It was pretty much, didn't really have too many issues with that either.
Okay, so this Makoshi.
Might
what
have just
is
been
it
unlucky.
exactly?
Okay.
Maybe there's a Chrome
Basics.
update.
If you're jacked in, cruising the net, Arasaka can use Soul Killer, an AI, to trap, fry, and pack away your psyche, your mind, and your soul. Following so far?
Sure. That's how you became a construct.
Exactly. Now, Makoshi's the place Soul Killer operates out of, where it stores its victims' engrams.
Still don't see how Makoshi's linked to my chip problem.
Not the brightest bulb on stage, are you? 50 years back, ops on the human mind. Makoshi was the sole place on Earth where they did anything like that. Bet it still is today. Telling you, all roads lead there. It's where we'll settle our bids.
YouTube here too. Yeah, maybe it's maybe there's just some sort of bug with Chrome and YouTube or something. I'll check and see if there's an update.
Feeling a bit better now, so scram. Got something important needs doing.
One last thing. Alt Cunningham. She's the ace up my sleeve.
Oh, fuck off. Tired of hearing your voice.
Don't blame you, but you'll hear me yet. And don't get killed in the meantime, will ya?
So, 1080p here. We've got path tracing on, native, so no scaling or anything, no frame generation. Just about doing 60, which is pretty wild. Can't even get a solid above 60 average. A little drive around and see. Only sort of benefit of doing this at 1080p is VRAM no longer really becomes an issue. We're sitting so close to that at 4K. I think power is still really, really high. 300 watts at 1080p. Pretty much the same GPU power across all the resolutions. I think even our lows is 0.1% low is 17. I'm going to reset the lows. Okay, we're getting a little bit better. I think you might pretty much be about bang on average 660 or thereabouts. 61, maybe 62. Yeah, gone down to 61 average. Image quality does look worse. I think a lot of it is because I am on a 4K screen, so it doesn't look particularly sharp at 1080p, but I'm noticing maybe a little ghosting here. I think ghosting on this game is actually quite poor at native. It seems to get a lot better with DLSS. Does it look better if I switch on, especially the transformer model? What about DLAA? Yeah, that looks way better. Seems to have big problems with path tracing on and ghosting, especially at native. Did that also switch on ray reconstruction? It did do, yeah, it could be that as well. Ray reconstruction, we know, does fix image quality quite a lot. Ah. Do I think it would handle 1440p ultra wide? What settings?
Can you talk? It is important.
What's important?
I may have found a solution to the problem we share. I have established a contact with an old friend from Arasaka. He's here in Night City now. He's well connected to certain influential people.
That's gonna help us how, exactly?
There will be
Even dips down here, look, 48. Still going to be areas you get dips down into the 40s. I am seeing usage here at 88%. I think at 1080p, can't max out the GPU usage. Can't keep that at 100.
Fine. Where's the meet and when?
Japantown. After sunset. I am sending you the precise location. I'll see you there.
But shall I, should we switch back to, let's switch back to 4K for now, shall we? Get some of that good quality going. We're going to have to maybe put it on balance, switch path tracing on. We've got path tracing on. Leave it on transform model balanced. I won't switch frame generation on because it will require me to restart the game. Oof. This area is actually probably quite a good one to test because the FPS does get absolutely wrecked. I always thought this area looked really good, especially with this lighting here. I always thought that looked really good. Just gonna grab some cashew nuts. I always really like the lighting here. Look at this guy. Even the reflections here look really good. How much FPS drop here? 37. Drops down a little bit. I think really at 4K you'd be better off maybe just using ray tracing and don't bother path tracing on this 5080. I think it's probably only worth it maybe at 1440p. Unless you're happy to use
not
multi-frame
one
generation, I
step
guess.
Closer. Here to see who.
Security or style?
I'm looking for fingers.
Looking for a Ripper doc. Goes by Fingers. Know where I can find him?
Who's asking? And why?
Got a problem with an implant.
Not from around here. Couldn't find another Ripper in the city to patch you up?
Heard Fingers was the best.
Yeah.
Bit
Best
rude.
for joy girls. Are you a whore?
No, but you are.
No, but you are. From the look of things.
Yo, you hear what this motherfucker said to me? Best watch your tongue.
I'd say it.
Let's go, Mush.
Right! You get him, boy!
I got a katana. What the hell?
Hey, hands off her!
Think I'm scared of your skinny ass?
You will be when every Mox in town descends on this shithole. You got a financial claim? Take it to court, you pussy.
Hope that teaches those candy-ass Scott suckers not to
Made
come
it all
around
the
here
way
no
here,
more.
huh? Must really want to talk to Evelyn.
Hello? There's a line.
You what?
Nuh-uh, you ain't cutting.
What are you even doing
your
here,
ass
Judy?
down and wait your turn. Same thing as you. Looking for Evelyn.
That shit has a name.
How'd you know to look for Evelyn here?
Got friends at Clouds. Word spreads out of there quicker than the clap.
Meaning?
Friend told me what you dug up, so here I am.
Paid for all that. Think Fingers would have fixed the crack?
You talked to Fingers yet?
You gotta pay me back.
If only. He's harder to get in to see than the best docs in town. We're gonna be here forever. I just know it. Maybe you could talk to those girls, see if we can cut in front?
Why me?
I don't think they like me. Just give it a shot. That or come up with something better.
Fingers. Where'll I find him?
He's operating on somebody right now.
Been in there for ages. Shouldn't be much longer.
Don't hold your breath. I spent hours waiting for him to come out. Especially when he collects payment right after the procedure.
I don't want to fight them. I don't want to fight them as well. How much shall I pay them?
Here. This ought to cover you for some real chrome. From a real Ripper.
If you're flush enough to afford a real Reaper, then what are you doing here?
Hell do you care? He here cause he feel like it. Now thank the man unless you and me Delta.
Can't see nothing but a blur.
Faceplate.
Come on, let's go.
Owner had a longer face than you. Edges are stretching your optic nerves.
I think he's done.
Don't
We going in?
Wait, it's saying I should speak to this woman. Can I not speak to her?
Yes, hello. What can I do for you?
Need a minute of your time.
A minute? That's all? Shame. Could watch those juicy
Sheesh.
lips of yours flap for hours, days. But I'm busy right now. You Tiger Claws? Far as I know, I'm
Pretty weird place, this.
The Mox? Why didn't you say so? What brings you here?
Evelyn Parker. I need to know where she is.
Step into my office, please. Many girls come through here. So many. But let me put it to you this way. I believe in giving each of them the personal touch. Ask
Got
anyone.
the smoke on that. That looks good.
I'm more than a chop doc. See, I know what
Jose,
people
hello.
truly want. To be flattered, praised.
Cyberpunk with no DLSS on. No, I've actually got at the moment I'm at
What about
4K.
your logs? Gotta have some
with
kind of
path
record.
tracing on, but this is actually DLSS balanced right now. It's about 20 FPS native with path tracing.
Blue hair, doll chip. Best brain dance gear ever, though damaged. Was she here?
Poor girl. Tried to help her, I did. But as you can see, this isn't exactly a state-of-the-art facility.
Get to the point.
The point? Ah, yes. Well, I haven't the faintest idea where she is.
Enough of this bullshit! What'd you do to her, you freak?
Now, either you put a muzzle on this creature, or put her down. It's impossible to have a conversation with her around.
Don't talk
Yeah,
to her like that.
no frame generation on right now.
She insulted me!
Look, the quicker you spill, the shorter you'll have to put up with us. Now, Evelyn Parker, where is she?
Could very well be on her way to becoming the next underground brain dance darling. That's all I know.
No frame gen on DLSS. No, we've got DLSS on balanced right now. It's because I've got path tracing on, so we've got it on DLSS 4 balanced here. But yeah, no frame generation.
How many times do I have to repeat myself? I don't know. I did what anyone in my place would do.
This looks good. Yeah, it should look pretty good. Like I'm saying, we've got DLSS 4, the new transformer model, so image quality wise should look pretty good.
I called my
It's
fixer.
balanced.
2 guys came and picked her up the same day.
Where did they take her?
I told you already. I don't know. They weren't the talkative kind, and I'm no gunk. I know better than to ask questions of people like that.
You're no gunk? What do you think? Why'd all these girls come in here, let you grope around them? Think it's for your charm? Your caring attitude? They do it because they got no choice. And in the end, they despise you. They can smell you're pathetic.
The 2 that came for her didn't say anything about where they were gonna take her, what they were gonna do to her.
Mentioned something about virtues with a moth, of all things. Said she'd be perfect for them, whatever that means. But that's really all I know.
You pawned her off like she was some fucking inanimate mannequin.
Because that's exactly what she was.
Need air. I'll be outside.
Judy's right. People like you make this city a living hell. Day in, day out.
Got what you wanted, didn't you? So get the fuck out of here.
It did it again. My Google Chrome did it again. Giving me the arse snap. Or X1 Real Glasses extend the life. Nice. Will my FPS drop here when I look at that? The light.
I let her go back to Clouds. Could have stopped her, but I didn't.
Losing our cool won't do us any favors. It's a waste of time.
Oh, I'm cool. Real fucking cool with the fact that Ev's probably already dead.
You don't know that. And I'm sure as hell not gonna squander precious minutes we could spend looking.
Only lead we got's an XBD. Where's that get us?
We also know we're looking for something related to the Death's Head. It's better than nothing.
I don't get your optimism. Still sounds like a big fat nothing to me.
Need to figure out where they're scrolling this stuff. Gotta be a rat hole of some sort. Doubt they do much shooting on location.
Yeah, gotta be somewhere quiet, out of the way.
It could be we'll see something to point us in their direction in one of their virtues.
Ugh, have to be real gonks to leave a clue.
5070 is equal. Yeah, it's only with multi-frame generation though,
Got a
isn't it?
better idea.
Or
Matter
like
of fact,
frame
they
generation
do.
in general.
A domain called Pleasures of Night City. There's a twin of it on the dark net.
Every kind of thing goes on there. Might stumble on something useful.
Let me think for a sec.
What's in here?
Follow your instincts.
What's going on in here?
Gracious creature and benign. Who goes visiting through these elements obscure.
What is this? I can't pick it up.
The world with bloody stains improved.
Butter. What the hell are they
for
taking?
Fred the king
Blue
of all
heart.
we owned.
Probably
I pray
it's
to
a
him,
fabrical.
should for thy peace
Clean
arise.
rot. Sounds like paradise. 24 hours, you feel no pain and barely remember a thing afterwards.
Who can blame them then?
They got a baseball bat.
Think I've got a better idea. Saw a smut shop on Jig Street. All kinds of stuff there.
Think you might find a death's head?
Can't hurt to try.
Meantime, see if I can't find something on the NCP domain. I'll wait in the van.
Where's your cute little ass
What
rush?
does this one do? You
Looking for, something special. A brain dance to really...
You mean smut?
Nah, more hardcore.
Won't find it here. But there's a guy on Jig Street, has a whole lot of peculiar flicks. And I mean peculiar.
Looking for, something special. A brain dance.
Oh,
to
we did that
really-
already.
You mean smut?
Well, the current settings, 4K, maxed out path tracing, but we've got DLSS set to balanced. No frame generation or anything.
Been just a bit more careful.
Looking for something wrong.
And I gotta work out, you know?
I'll come back some other time.
Betting on it.
This guy looks sus.
How about you? You buying or just gonna stand there like a pig under cover?
Looking for BDs. A particular kind.
Particular?
We're both going hungry.
You a badge?
They say the 5070 is worth it instead of going for 40. I don't know. I haven't seen the 5070 yet. I haven't really seen anything.
Give me the best of the best.
I haven't really
The
seen
ones
much
with
on
the
it. I'm going to
death's
try and see if I can get a TI, but I haven't, outside of that, really seen much
Didn't
on
know
it.
I was dealing with a connoisseur.
Going to depend what the
Death's head
custom
cost you though.
GPU prices are of that. I know we can see the Founders Edition price, but the customs are going to be even more expensive, so that'll really determine if it's worth it or not.
Got anything that might interest me?
Oh my god, I don't have enough money. No way. How do I get more money? You have the XTX tweaked. Oh, have you lowered the like ray count?
Well, well, who do I spy but V? In my humble parlor, no less.
Wakako, long time no see.
So what brings you here?
Looking for a brain dance.
Oh, any particular one?
Logo on the casing.
I think
A death's
DLSS 4
head
ray
mod.
reconstruction.
Whoa,
By
now.
DLSS 4, are you referring to multi-frame generation as well, or just?
So I would
I
advise
personally
caution.
think it's hard to say because we haven't seen AMD's equivalent yet, so like FSR 4. But the image
Can you get me
quality
one of those
alone of
recordings?
just DLSS right now, of the
No,
new DLSS
but I
4,
have a
is
pretty good idea who
pretty
can.
good, in my
Who'd that
opinion.
be?
Like if you use
There's a store on
upscaling,
Jig Street.
I
It
think
has
it's a
Pandora's
huge,
box with
it's a huge
crap inside.
benefit.
Try asking the
Like,
owner.
the
Thank
upscaling of
Waco.
DLSS right now, I know you're comparing it to old FSR, but it's like way better, like insanely way better. That's not even taking... I personally am not really that bothered by frame generation, but DLSS 4 image quality is like really quite impressive compared to FSR right now. Whether that will change with FSR 4, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Have a little drive around like this. What do I do with all the GPUs when you're done testing them out? A lot of the time, if I'm buying new ones, I have to sell the old ones to try and cover the price of the new ones often. I have to buy everything myself, so sometimes I have to sell the old stuff to pay for the new stuff. Yeah, FSR 4 should be interesting. It's being locked behind GPUs though, right? Because DLSS 4, you can use it on any RTX GPU, which I think is fairly decent. But is FSR 4 just going to be locked? Like, how's that worked? I haven't really looked too much into it. I think it is, because it's using a new kind of AI thing, right? So I assume only more sort of recent cards will know how to use it, but I'm not sure. Game does look really good here, even with DLSS balanced. I know FPS is not ideal, 40, but it does look really good, the game. Seems to fix most of the ghosting, maybe still a little bit of ghosting on the car there. FSR algorithm is probably more sophisticated than DLSS at adding AI. Possibly, but to be honest, I've always thought DLSS looked slightly better than FSR. I never was in a situation where I thought FSR looked like way better than DLSS, because I thought FSR 3 looked really good, but I had loads of issues with ghosting, like really bad ghosting, even at quality. In the games that I did test it. It was like Ghost of Tsushima and Horizon when I was testing FSR 3. The ghosting is really bad.
Anyway, you need something.
It's always been a little bit like lackluster, I thought, with FSR. Like, I've always just thought it's just never been as good as I thought it would be. Well, yeah, no, I know. We'll have to wait and see, though. Obviously, there's no way to really know with the new FSR 4 until we actually are able to see it, I guess. The only issue is Nvidia have been doing the AI imagery for a lot longer, and the general principle of the AI stuff is the longer it's in use, the better it gets, right? AMD are only just starting now, so in theory, they're like years behind, if you see what I mean, in like the image models. Nvidia's models have been doing it for a long time now, in comparison, you see what I mean? FPS lock at 45? No. We've got 50 FPS here. Looks nice with the slightly like wet road as well. Interested to see what they're at. Oh yeah, no, definitely, same. Definitely keen to see what it looks like. Did they announce any list of games that are getting it like first? I'm a little bit behind with the sort of news and stuff, really. Because I know Nvidia did like a list of 70, was it 75 games that were getting it? Have we got anything from AMD like that? Always find driving a little hard on this because I'm on mouse and keyboard. It's always a little weirder. I do still get that little micro stutter, but it's because of the autosave. See that little marker pop up on the screen. Sounds cool from inside here. Oh, okay, they'll get upgraded automatically. That'll be cool. So you can see the ghosting here actually a little bit. See it on the back of the car? It's a bit easier to tell in the daytime. A little harder to tell at night. See it on like really fast moving things. Definitely nowhere near as bad as previous DLSS model, but right, that's going to be it for me. I need to head off and grab some food. I might even try and... I think there's Bayern Munich Celtic game tonight, isn't there? That might have already started, but see if I can maybe try and catch some of that. So, thanks a lot for watching. I'll be back on again tomorrow, similar time. Check something else out. Or I might even switch. There's still a lot of games I wanted to see on my 5090, so I might switch back to that for a couple of days. To see if I could maybe get a 5070 Ti. But Tapioca, if you're there, thanks a lot for the super chat. Have a good evening, and I'll catch you later.